Hello, my friends. So today's date is October the 24th, and this is a reading for you if you were born on this day, or if you have an anniversary on this day, or if you have some significant mile marker or event that happened on this day. This is a way to look at the following year to see what might shape up around that particular anniversary, this particular birthday. So this is a four-card reading, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action to take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card, more information about what that means coming. So this is the general energy card for the year for those born or those anniversaries of October the 24th, and it is the orphan. You know, in this day and age, we are all seeming to be more and more orphaned in our lives. We feel, even though the age of information is powerful and 24/7 and around the world, we feel more and more cut off from our family and our friends and even ourselves. The orphan is not just about losing one's parents, although that is a significant marker of this time. We lose our connections to ourselves and our source. We lose connections of our lines. We lose connections of our bearings quite often, and we suffer great loss and suffer great pain. If one is a new orphan or becomes a new orphan in this year, it's a great time of great loss and disconnection. There's the statement that if someone dear to us dies, it takes 6 to 8 months for the hole in our aura to fill back up, because something has been snagged away from us that has been meaningful for us. And I don't think that really matters on some level, whether it is, whether you had a tough relationship with parents or not. Even if you had a tough one, there's a loss at thinking, well, I cannot change that anymore. I cannot work toward healing that anymore. I cannot work toward making that relationship better now. At the same time, there's that great loss of all the love and connections and nurturing that might have come from them. I cannot have those tastes in my mouth again in the same way. So there's a great loss. There's a great question of, at times even feeling like you're supported to go forward. How does one move forward when one's mother or father dies? How does one move forward when one's connection to one's soul dies? How does one move forward when one loses anybody or anything of significance in the sense of connection and depth of meaning and power of presence? So the orphan this year is talking about deep loss and deep connection, and the word abandonment. In a lot of ways, when our parents die, we feel abandoned. We are abandoned. They're no longer there for us on the physical level. So the orphan looks at the sense of feeling abandoned and isolated. So this is a year where you might feel like you have been abandoned and isolated, and you get to look at your relationship to that feeling, to that fear, to that power of loss of someone important and integral for what we have come so far to feel and see and do in our lives. So it's all those powers of the orphan and isolation and abandonment and the missing of love and the pain that might be there in that situation, whatever that situation is. So, what is your particular challenge this year? Well, it's the star. The star, card in its upright talks about feeling like one is in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, that one's destiny or one's path is laid out through the stars, through consciousness, through working toward healing one's way along one's time and energy, and that we can have faith and trust that things are going in the right direction, and we don't have to worry, and we don't have to question, and we don't have to doubt. So that's your challenge, though. The sense of doubt, the sense of question of what's next, the sense of connection to source, the sense of, do you feel abandoned by God, Goddess, all that is? Do you feel abandoned by what you thought was your mission and your sense of yourself? If you're now the orphan, if you're now cut off and feeling abandoned and isolated from that orphan feeling, it's hard to know what to do next if one feels abandoned and isolated. It's hard to know how to open one's heart to oneself if one feels that. So there's a lot of questions of purpose, questions of path, questions of connection, questions of how to trust, questions of how to have faith that everything is going to work out for the right way, in the right way, in the right time, and that you are okay in all of this. So the question of, are you okay in all of this, is might come up for you strongly this year. You might feel like the orphan and not know who cares for you anymore, and who is leading you anymore as in a mother or father, who is loving you and nurturing you anymore. And how do you go forward? So your action to take, if you're feeling those kind of energies, is the frog. And the frog is all about healing. It's all about emotional healing and physical healing. The two properties that the frog is great in are both water and on land. So the ability to be in one's physical body and the ability to understand the emotional body, the watery elements of our relationships to things and people, to flow, to intuition, to healing, to magic, to cleansing. Water is all about cleansing. It takes away the hard edges. If you think about a river, it takes away the hard edges of a stone. It takes away the sharpness of a stone. The stone still remains, the memories still remain, but the hard edges are softened and rounded and opened, on many levels by water. So this is about a time of healing. This is about bringing water into some dry places or some clogged up or blocked up places inside of yourself. So this is a year to seek out healing, seek out healers, seek out healing if you know what that means. Try different forms of healing your old emotional baggage, because there's some kind of old trauma, some kind of old pain that still sits in you. Even the present pain of feeling like an orphan and feeling like you're cut off needs some kind of healing, some kind of release, some kind of get out of your head and get into your body, get out of your head and get into your emotions, into your intuitions, into your visioning, into your dreaming, into your creativity. Allow your creativity to speak. Put a paintbrush in the hand of your inner child and ask your inner child, ask your now orphaned inner child, what do you have to say? What do you have to paint? What do you have to show? And let the hand of your inner child come through you and paint a healing picture of yourself, or write a healing story of yourself, or sing a healing song of yourself. Ask your inner child to sing a healing song for yourself. What does that mean? Just let something flow out of you. And by letting that flow out of you, do you open yourself to old wounds, but also new healing? And that's the idea. You can't, if we're clogged up and we have all these things inside of us that need healing, how do we let anything more in? How do we let anything more in? We have to heal some of that old stuff inside of us, so we can let new joy, new experiences, new love, new connections, and the ever-present source still keep coming through to us. And so that's also the sense of intuition touches on those beings who've already gone. Our intuition really can talk to these beings who are no longer around us. So make an effort possibly to connect on a psychic level, on the watery psychic level of connection to your mother or father or someone who has left, or some kind of person who has had some strong effect on you that is no longer there. Ask them for clarity and healing. Ask yourself for clarity and healing. Ask your inner child for clarity and healing. Ask your guides for clarity and healing. Ask for the water of the universe to heal you. Ask for the waters of rivers and ponds and pools and hot tubs and saunas to heal you. Ask for soak baths to heal you. Ask for smooth relationships and clear and even and equal relationships that flow gently and smoothly. Keep asking for those things, but keep opening yourself up to experiencing them. And that is the final card, is this card by a soul card. This might be a year of profound sadness on some level, but it's also a year of profound opening to a place you've never been before, opening to a mystery and a dynamic that maybe you've never felt and seen before. By the loss of something or someone who is dear to us, can we open to those realms where those beings or that event is still there and can talk to us and can work through our healing with us and for us? And thereby, do we keep our connections going? Thereby, do we remember that we are never disconnected and that we are always in a loop of beingness if we allow ourselves to expand into that loop of beingness and learn that we are not orphans, we are not abandoned, we are not isolated, and we are not alone. It's only our heads that put us there. But if we allow our hearts and our joy and our compassion and our creativity and our trust for our place in the world, even though we can't see it and know it, to move us forward, then we are on a really powerful and beautiful path. But all paths are powerful and beautiful, and some are harder than others. And that's what we all get to work through. Blessed be.